So really quickly, we have a friend, lives with TikTok, and she wanted us to ask a question about something that was going on that's very strange. There was a TikTok influencer named Tino, who is who's taking videos and photos inside of the women's bathroom in Disney. Is there anything happening from a state level on this topic?
Yeah, we're investigating this. We do not tolerate men or boys in women's and girls' restrooms, gyms, private spaces, no tolerance. We're investigating this one. We've already cracked down on some gyms in South Florida. They were allowing people that identify as women to go into women's locker rooms. We put them on notice that legal action was coming. Thankfully, they changed their ways.
She went viral for her unapologetic sass, quirky skits, and chaotic bathroom selfies. But behind the viral hits and bimbo branding lies a controversy far more disturbing. From disturbing workplace accusations, public meltdowns, Discord jokes gone too far, to an ongoing criminal investigation, this is the story of Tino and the digital persona unraveling before our eyes. Before the name Tino stirred outrage, before the bathroom mirror selfies became infamous, before the accusations, the denials, and the endless TikTok rants, there was someone else, Canino. Nick wasn't a villain or even a viral star. He was just another face in a sea of creators. He made skits, vlogged Disney trips, wore goofy shirts, and cracked dad jokes no one laughed at. If you watched his early videos, you'd never guess what would come next, but then the rebrand.
That is fancy looking. Cool.
Bottom is from Thailand.
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, ma'am.
And the middle one is from India.
Totally sucks the joy out of this bread tower. Makes me want to immediately leave because I no longer feel safe here.
Nick began transitioning, both in identity and in content strategy. He re-emerged with a new name, new pronouns, and a radically different online presence. Nick was gone, and in his place was Tino. Lily wasn't just a name. It was a brand, a persona, a lightning rod for attention. Her videos went from awkward and obscure to viral and divisive. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion. Was Lily an advocate or an attention seeker? A symbol or a spectacle? She's just living her truth. Let her be. One of her fans said, "I don't care that she's trans, I care that she's." Constantly making it everyone's problem. A critic asserted, but none of that mattered to TikTok. Controversy equals clicks, engagement is king. Lily made money for herself and for the platform. And like it or not, TikTok rewards spectacle. Soon, Lily was practically living inside Disneyland, vlogging, dancing, ranting, sometimes several times a day. It became her personal stage, her comfort zone.
Paint them all the same color, but these two will always be pink.
Nick, Nugget?
I did not know this man was trans. What do you go by? What do you go by?
Does it matter?
Can I ask why you didn't step in? A lot of people will say that it's impossible for a 4-year-old to know if they're trans or not, but actually that's not true. They can know. Did you know that The Matrix is actually all about realizing you're trans? I bet you didn't know that Kurt Cobain was probably trans.
It started with a mirror selfie, but not just any selfie. It was taken in a Disneyland women's bathroom, a space where families and children gather. What followed wasn't just backlash, it was outrage. Multiple users reported seeing Lily taking selfies while women and children were present. In one post, a mother claimed Lily tried to include her and her minor child in a photo without consent. The image allegedly went online moments later.
I am suing Tino for emotional distress. Last week, I was in Disney World in the women's bathroom with my child. And when I walked into the bathroom, there was Tino taking pictures in the bathroom mirror. And she turned to me and said, "Hey, let me get your face in this picture." And I said, "No, thank you." But then she took the picture anyway of me and my kid, and I felt this really weird feeling. And I looked down at my kid, and my kid got turned into a corn dog. Lily Tino turned my kid into a corn dog. And then she looked at me and said, "Oh, that'll be great for a video. Can I use your corn dog kid to explain bottom surgery?" And I was about to say no, but then J.K. Rowling walks in and says, "I'm here to defend real women."
It might have been dismissed as just an awkward moment until other videos surfaced. Clips showed Lily frequently visiting Disneyland bathrooms, often alone, and often with her phone raised at mirror level. One TikTok even joked that she lived there, but for many, this wasn't funny anymore. The situation struck a nerve. Why? Because the content wasn't just filmed in any public place. It was filmed in a bathroom designated for women and girls, at the most family-centric location in the world. It wasn't just the content, it was the pattern. Daily posts, same angles, same location, and when users questioned her, she mocked them, made jokes, and even posted parodies implying people were just jealous or transphobic. But here's the twist. Rather than apologizing or explaining, Lily leaned in. The mockery became the content, a lawsuit parody skit. More bathroom selfies. She was creating a feedback loop of outrage and profiting from it. Disney has yet to publicly respond. But the public, they're talking, and this was just the beginning.
When did you realize your son was a monster?
After the bathroom incidents gained traction, something shifted. The tone online changed. What was once mockery became fury. The internet wasn't just laughing anymore, they were demanding consequences. You took pics of girls in the bathroom at Disney. I am so done with you. Shame on you. And this comment literally got 29K likes. Hey, so taking pictures of women in public bathrooms without their consent and then posting it online is illegal. I am glad you felt safe, but you are obviously not a safe person to be around. This is exactly the shit we are trying to avoid. On Reddit, forums erupted. The now-banned Lily Tino Snark subreddit compiled witness accounts, alleged workplace behavior, and bizarre Discord leaks. Accusations flew from inappropriate jokes to shirtless videos to sympathy baiting using fake injuries. It wasn't just strangers. Members of the LGBTQ community, including other trans creators, began calling her out, claiming she was weaponizing identity for attention and harming trans visibility for everyone.
Trans creator Lily Tino. From what I've seen of her, she does a lot of live streaming and she's usually in a restaurant getting misgendered. That's the content that I've seen of her. And a lot of these videos have gone viral and have been quite controversial.
Meanwhile, Lily mocked the backlash. She claimed the rumors were fake. She joked that she turned a kid into a corn dog and that J.K. Rowling cast a misgendering spell. The satire only poured gasoline on the fire. Then came the boycotts. Creators started a hashtag ban Lily from Disney. Others reported her content en masse. Petitions were launched, demanding her removal from the platform and barring her from family-themed spaces.
A Change.org petition was started to ban Lily from every single Disney park in the world. Another one is also currently circulating to remove Lily Tino from TikTok, and currently it's garnered over 500,000 signatures. The message is clear. People are not buying into Lily's victimhood anymore.
But Lily's core fanbase didn't budge. They defended her with claims of transphobia, calling every critic a bigot. And so the narrative split, a creator accused of crossing the line, and a growing army of fans insisting she was the line. Meanwhile, Lily kept uploading bathroom selfies, reaction skits, new edits with sad piano music claiming she was being harassed for being trans. She called herself the victim and doubled down, but critics weren't buying it. Because at the center of the controversy, one thing remained: Lily had never apologized. Not for the bathroom selfies, not for the Discord leaks, not for the discomfort she caused. To her, this was all just noise, but the internet has a long memory. And they were just getting started.
There's a rumor that I was fired from a job for being creepy to a woman. The only time I have ever exited a job when it wasn't my choice was right before I became a content creator, and that was a part of a round of layoffs. I didn't do anything wrong, and I wasn't the only one let go. It was a money thing.
One of the most persistent claims surrounding Lily Tino, formerly known as Nick Canino, is that she was once fired from a job due to inappropriate behavior toward a female coworker. Lily has firmly denied these allegations, but what does the available evidence suggest? Lily insists that the only time she lost a job not by choice was due to a layoff before her content creator career began. She frames it as a company-wide downsizing, a financial decision, nothing more. But the internet has a longer memory than she may have expected. A now-deleted subreddit called Lily Innocent originally housed one of the most damning accusations. While the subreddit itself was banned for harassment, some screenshots were preserved by accident or by intent. One post from an alleged former coworker paints a disturbing picture. The woman claims that Lily, then still going by Nick, would walk around the workplace shirtless, constantly ask her out despite repeated rejections, and even touch her inappropriately, hands on her back, unsolicited hugs, the kind of behavior that crosses workplace boundaries. According to the testimony, other employees had noticed and commented, mistakenly thinking the two were involved. But it was, she says, entirely one-sided. The alleged victim claims that she tried to speak up, but found the environment too intimidating to do so without a third-party HR rep. And perhaps most chillingly, after Lily was promoted, the physical incidents didn't stop. She reportedly continued arriving shirtless to camp under the excuse of showering on-site, behavior that made others uncomfortable, yet was dismissed as quirky. Lily, of course, dismisses this all as an old smear campaign. She points out that since the subreddit was banned and no formal charges exist, the matter should be closed. But critics argue that this framing erases the discomfort and the damage caused to people who didn't have a platform as loud as hers. There's no police report, no HR file we can verify. But there is a growing pile of anecdotes, all pointing toward a consistent theme: Lily Tino making others feel deeply, uncomfortably unsafe.
I think Disney's going to ban me for this one. My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog. I do hair removal every week for 2 hours straight. It is not fun or easy, but once that is finally done, hopefully by the end of the year, they are going to take my corn dog. These ears do not want to stay on. They are going to cut it down the middle. This is not the best knife for this. They will then take off the outer lining of the corn dog. Okay, I'm actually impressed that I'm doing this good of a job. Like so. Flip it inside out and make something of a tunnel. This tunnel will then become, well, you know, my hands are disgusting. Now you might be asking why I would do this or why anyone would do this. It sounds not fun, and I agree with you. I'm not looking forward to that recovery process. But know that this is not a decision that any of us take lightly. Our corn dogs do serve a purpose, but at the end of the day, I just don't like having it. It's not me. I look at it in the mirror and it's like, ugh, can we do something about that? And it turns out we can. But until then, I am making the most of my final days with my corn dog. Farewell to this thing that has served me not very well, but is what I was born with. It did its duty. R.I.P. I'm good.
It was a single image that ignited a firestorm: Lily Tino taking a mirror selfie inside a women's bathroom at Disneyland. At first glance, it seemed harmless, even trivial. But the location, the context, and the caption would all add up to one of her most controversial moments to date. For many, the photo crossed a line raising privacy concerns, especially in a space where children are often present. Critics were quick to point out that Disney parks are family-friendly environments, and public restrooms are among the most sensitive areas when it comes to personal boundaries. But Lily didn't just ignore the backlash, she turned it into content. Instead of an apology or explanation, she posted a parody video mocking the public's reaction, jokingly claiming she turned a kid into a corn dog in that same Disney restroom. It was absurd, satirical, and to some, shockingly tone deaf. For Lily's supporters, the video was classic internet satire. But for critics, it was proof that she wasn't taking public discomfort seriously. In their view, she wasn't just crossing boundaries, she was mocking the very idea that boundaries existed at all. The parody drew in an unexpected name, J.K. Rowling, referenced in the video as some sort of transphobic spellcaster.
Even J.K. Rowling, the famous Harry Potter author, waded into the battle and said, "This man's bathroom photos are trophies. He wants women and girls in the background because it proves he's violating women's boundaries. Without actual females there as props, all he's got is a selfie of a scary-looking creep in mouse ears, which isn't remotely what he's after."
Overnight, the video polarized audiences. Supporters laughed, critics fumed, and the middle ground got smaller. But beyond the spectacle lies a deeper issue: bathroom safety and perception. In a time where trans rights are constantly debated, every public act, every selfie, every caption is under scrutiny. Lily's bathroom selfie didn't just stir outrage. It became a talking point in a larger cultural war. Was it a provocation, a performance, or just another in a string of poor decisions made for clout? Whatever the intent, the outcome was clear. Lily Tino's actions alienated more than just Disney park guests. They deepened divides between her and her own community, particularly trans women who felt that her antics were doing real harm. As the controversy reached its peak, Disney park visitors began reporting Lily sightings like Bigfoot. Whispers of bans, of staff warnings, of whispered disapproval behind the scenes at Disney itself, all unconfirmed, yet endlessly repeated. And still, she kept filming, posting, smiling.
I was just in the women's room at a cheesecake factory, and when I walked in, there was this little girl, like 3 years old, tops. She was standing there alone, I assumed waiting for her parent, who was in the stall. And all the stalls were full, so like I couldn't go in, I just had to wait. And it was me and this little girl and no one else. And she kind of looked at me like, and I just like nodded my head and didn't look at her. I was like, it's kind of awkward. And it occurred to me that when the parent, who I don't know, leaves the stall, exits their stall, and sees me, a trans person, and their little 3-year-old daughter, that they might make an assumption based on untrue things that they've heard, an assumption that could be very dangerous for me, unsafe for me. So instead of waiting for that to potentially happen, I left the bathroom and decided I didn't need to pee that bad. Trans people go through this thought process any time they're in a bathroom, and it's not okay. And it's important to talk about because it happens all the time.